Hey guys, welcome back to Father and Son Investing. Today is going to be an update for Treasury bills, notes, and bonds. I know I actually said that I would be doing this last Thursday, but surprise, surprise, ended up with a positive TB test. I hadn't been feeling that well. And then Friday, I had to spend some time trying to get a chest x-ray ordered and completed. So I'm sorry this is a little bit late here, but let's get into what I have to say for Treasury bills, notes, and bonds. Now, quite honestly, I have struggled to come up with some things that would be worth your while to watch a video about this, because if you're like me, it seems like every little bit of news just causes the bond yields to go up and down drastically. Here's what I'm talking about. By the way, when I tend to talk about bonds, I talk about the yields more than the prices. So when I say things are going up and down, I'm talking about yields, not prices. I know that might sound a little bit different than what people are used to hearing, but I personally am interested in a bond yield. If you ask me what I paid for a bond, I couldn't tell you. But if you ask me what the yield is on a bond, I'm much more likely to know that. By the way, leave a comment what you're interested in me talking about, yields or prices. So here's just an example of what's been happening with the 10-year Treasury note in terms of yields here. That's what I'm talking about. Just look at how quickly this varies from day to day. And it's with every little bit of news. What was the most recent thing that got this abrupt drop in bond yields started? It was the jobs report that came out last week. This was the thing that caused this abrupt fall in bond yields. The jobs report, the non-farm payroll, added 175,000 jobs for the month of April. Obviously, that was less than what we saw for March and February. But, if you just look back here on the graph, you'll notice that there have been plenty of months within this same range of 175,000 jobs added. So, is this going to be a trend? We have to wait and see for the next few months. But I could easily say that the next jobs report that comes out in June for the month of May could show an increase in jobs. And what will happen with bond yields? Again, they're just going to go crazy and start going up again potentially. So this is a little bit why I have struggled with coming up with meaningful things to say to you, because again, every little bit of news is changing things. But what is my take on the jobs report here? Really, my take is let's just watch and see what happens, because again, we've seen these undulations in the number of jobs really for the last year. The next topic I want to talk about with you is the quantitative tightening and the Fed's reduction in its balance sheet runoff. Most of you are probably aware that the Fed has been reducing its Treasury holdings to the tune of about $60 billion per month. And so you'll see here this nice decline in the Treasury securities on the Fed's balance sheet. You may also be aware that at this most recent press conference and the announcement following the FOMC meeting, Chairman Powell made it known that they would be reducing that current $60 billion per month runoff to $25 billion per month starting June 1st. Let's just take a peek at what that balance sheet runoff will look like at the $25 billion per month, and how might that affect the bond yields. In order to think about this, it helps to know how this runoff has been occurring. So let me give you this paragraph here from wolfstreet.com. We're going to see here he's talking about Treasury bills, and it will let us know a particular thing about this. In regard to Treasury bills, he says the Fed lets them roll off, meaning they don't replace them when they mature, only if not enough longer-term Treasury securities mature to get to that previous $60 billion per month. So if there weren't enough Treasury notes and bonds that had reached their maturity date to equal $60 billion, well, then the Fed would go ahead and allow some of the Treasury bills to run off and not repurchase them. Therefore, during this runoff, in months where it wasn't enough to reach that $60 billion, you'll notice that this graph shows T-bills. You'll notice that the Treasury bill holdings at the Treasury have been declining. However, with this reduced rate of runoff now down to $25 billion, it's anticipated that the Treasury notes and bonds will be sufficient maturing each month to cover that runoff, and therefore the Treasury bills balance sheet at the Fed will essentially stay the same. How long will that happen? Well, at wolfstreet.com, they're anticipating that that will be out to September 2025 before they start running Treasury bills off the balance sheet. So if you are a Treasury bill buyer, just know that the Fed is going to be keeping its holdings there essentially the same. What does that do for your yield? Well, just know that the Fed won't be competing with you to purchase. They should not be at least increasing their Treasury bill holdings, and therefore the yields hopefully will stay nice and steady for you for Treasury bills. Now, what about if you are a Treasury note or bond buyer? Well, just know that the Treasury holds plenty of each of these. You can see the breakdown of the Fed's Treasury holdings here based on 1 year or less. Obviously, that's bills, 1 to 5 year, that's notes. I'll let you look at the rest of them here, but you can get an idea of just how much the Fed is holding of each of these. They have plenty here, but realize that the Fed is going to be repurchasing some of these, so you will be competing with them a little bit. That's going to tend to bring bond yields down. And therefore, one more little bit of news here that has helped precipitate this bond yield decline. Again, we're talking about yields and not prices. All right, the last thing that I want to talk about with you when it comes to this relatively quiet week for news in terms of US Treasuries has to do with the Treasury auctions. Here's the headline today: 10-year Treasury yield heads for fifth day of declines after buyers emerge. In this article, they go on to talk about buyers emerged during the Asia session. So there could be some competition heating up there in terms of buyers when it comes to auction. And speaking of the auction, today's 3-year Treasury note auction, $58 billion worth, came in actually really good. So the non-dealer bidding came to 85.1% versus usually an average of 81.7%. So that means the primary dealers, the guys who get stuck with whatever's left after everyone else has made their purchases, had to take home less than they usually do, meaning this was a good auction. Generally, good auctions are going to mean lower bond yields. However, this was only the 3-year Treasury note. Now, tomorrow, on Wednesday, we've got $42 billion worth of 10-year Treasuries, and on Thursday, we're going to add another $25 billion worth of 30-year bonds. And my thought here is I'm curious what the bidding situation will look like, knowing that yields have come down significantly and that U.S. debt issuance has risen incredibly high. Let me show you on one graph just how high this is. Now, this article in the Wall Street Journal is from March of 2024, so it's a little bit old, but not that old. Let's just take a peek here. This is what I want to show you. Here's how much was issued during the COVID crisis. Okay, the government certainly had a lot of reason to add a lot of stimulus, trying to keep people in their homes, etc. Almost $7 trillion. Look at how steeply that went up based on the past. This is incredible. Now, look, here we are. This is not a pandemic, and we are in a good economic times, right? GDP has been generally well until this last GDP report. Almost $7 trillion worth again. This is huge government issuance of debt. And so with these longer dated maturities, the 10-year, the 20-year, the 30-year, I'm curious to see just how strong the bidding will be, knowing that bond yields have come down. So what is my plan when it comes to notes and bonds? My plan is not to buy anything right now. Again, 5% really is my threshold. 5%, then it's starting to get to the point where I think it might be worth my money to loan it to the U.S. government. So if I'm buying anything from the US Treasury right now, it's going to be Treasury bills, and the one that looks the best to me is the 1 month and the 4 month. That's where you're going to be getting your best deals. Also, keep in mind that there's going to be a 6-week Treasury bill available soon. That's all I've got for you today. I hope some of this was helpful for you. Maybe you learned something about how quantitative tightening is taking place. If this was helpful, please give us a thumbs up, and we'd love to have you subscribe. And also, let us know how you subscribed. Is it based on the Treasury bills, notes, and bonds and I-bonds videos that we've been doing, or are you a subscriber from back in our previous days? Until next time, enjoy your investing.